And we're back. You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. Appreciate you joining us on this Friday morning. Looks like it may be some rain in the forecast as the day progresses and through the weekend. I want to welcome Matt Ryerson. He's no stranger to this telecast because you host the show on Tuesday. But I just thought it would be special to have Matt on as my guest because something very special has happened to Matt, and I'm excited about it. But before we go there, I want to say I just totally dropped the ball with Troy Spence, who was our previous guest.
Right.
Troy is a new grandfather of twin baby girls.
Yes. He showed me a picture. They're beautiful.
December 19th, Christmas babies.
Christmas babies, and they are
awesome.
gorgeous. I think they weighed like 4.5 and 5 pounds. And just beautiful babies, and he's got a picture of one in each arm. You know, that's what grandfathers do. I'm sorry, Troy. I meant to brag on you while you were here, and I didn't. But congratulations on to you and your wife, and to your son and daughter-in-law for beautiful.
Oh, they were
twin
beautiful.
Baby girls.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Having
I
twins.
told him the other day, I said, your life will change. It'll never be the same.
No.
Something about grandbabies. It's just never the same. Anyway, enough said about Troy. Let's talk to Matt about the United Way. Congratulations in order to you as well.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that.
For those who have not seen the news or heard the news, Matt is the new president and CEO.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't give you a raise, gave you 2 titles.
That's right. That's right. Not more money, more titles.
I'm kidding. But he's the president and CEO of the Bradley County, United Way of Bradley County. That's the correct title.
Right.
And first, I want to say congratulations.
Thanks, Dan.
And well deserved. And of course, Brenda retired. She'd been there for many, 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 many years. Did a great job.
She did,
Brought
absolutely.
United Way to where we are today, and it seems like the budget and the fundraising increased each year under her tenure. But I know that she's happy to be retired, as we all will be at some point. Couldn't have found a better guy to fill her shoes.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I definitely want to say the same. Brenda was an extraordinary mentor for me.
Yeah.
She is a great community servant.
She
was there for over 36 years.
Wow.
Really?
So,
that long?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that long.
So she took it essentially from fundraising around $300,000, $400,000 to over $2.4 million.
Yeah.
So, you know, that can be in large part credited to Brenda, but the reality is United Way is, as the name suggests it is, which in my vision, and I think that was the vision that Brenda brought, was that it truly is a united effort. We think about the incredible board of directors and executive committee and hundreds of volunteers that we have every year, all the way to our donors, which there's an extraordinary number of donors in this community that contribute to the United Way. And then our incredible stable of agencies. And we have almost 30 different agencies that are serving citizens of Bradley County. And that all goes to the top of the mountain, which is to serve those citizens. And that's who we partner with on a daily basis. And when you think about that united effort, it's just extraordinary to play a small role in that major effort. So.
And of course, United Way stepped up, a great partner with the Long-Term Recovery Organization, providing office space. We've got, I think, Lisa Mantooth coming on Monday to talk about the LTRO and the progress there, and Jim Polier, and they're doing a great job.
Right.
United Way is just an integral part of what's going on in this community at all facets, I think.
Well, I appreciate that, Dan. You know, that's something we're very committed to. We're a local organization, United Way of Bradley County. We raise money locally and we allocate it locally, so it all stays right here in town. If you donate to the United Way, it's not going somewhere else. It's not going to Washington, D.C. It's not going to Chicago. It stays right here in Bradley County, which is a great benefit. And when you see a local disaster like that tornado was, it just seems like a natural role for us to do whatever we can to help contribute that. And we've had Lisa Mantooth and Jim Polier, the director of the Long-Term Recovery Organization, in our offices, working side by side with them, and it's just an honor to be in the office with them. And they are doing incredible. Dan, you know this better than anybody.
They are.
They're doing incredible work.
They really are. It's just amazing. And I was fascinated by Jim's report recently to the Rotary Club.
Right.
About, I think it was Rotary Club, about how far ahead Bradley County is compared to other areas in the region that was ravaged by that storm. Bradley County has really stepped up.
Yes.
And we are months and months ahead in our recovery effort. And it all works together. Great community.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, and I've said this so many times when I'm on this show. I only work in Bradley County, but it is amazing to me how giving this community is.
It is.
I just, just the disaster was, of course, horrible, but everybody stepped up, got together, made sure it worked. And it's just, it blows my mind every time I think about it.
It does, and at this point it shouldn't surprise us anymore, because that's the spirit of this community, is that it is a community and it's neighbors helping neighbors. And for us at the United Way, that's kind of the spirit that we embrace and we try and endorse, and we try and communicate back out there, is that we are all about neighbors helping neighbors. And we have been a great benefactor of the generosity of this community. And we take that very seriously. We try and be very good stewards over every one of these dollars. In fact, our allocation system is somewhat unique in that the donors that give money, we pull representatives from those groups, volunteers, and they help make the decisions of where the money goes and how much goes out. So not only does local dollars stay local, but it also gives those local donors the opportunity to have say in what their dollars do and the impact it has. And that's what it's all about. We have a great community, Vocker and Amazon and Whirlpool staying, and the stories go on, but there's needs, and there's great needs, and there's families struggling, and to be able to play a role and to serve as an avenue for people to be able to give to those people and those families and those communities, it's just great. I mean, it's one of those jobs. I've been at the United Way for several years, and I wake up excited to go to work. And when I woke up Tuesday morning to go to work as in this new role.
Tuesday was your first day on the job in the new role.
My first day,
Tuesday, January 3rd. Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. I could hardly sleep. It was like before Christmas Day for my kids. So it's an honor. It's at a lot of levels humbling to be following a legend in my mind, somebody like Brenda Abel. But I've had so many great community leaders pour into me over the years. That this is finally, I feel like, my opportunity to give back and to really take all that wisdom that I've received from so many. I mean, you go across the board, Don Lorton, Rodney Fitzgerald, who's a personal family member to me, Brenda Abel, and the list goes on and on of all the people that have spent time contributing to me in my life personally. And this is just kind of a culmination. I'm truly a result of this community and the spirit that they have about serving one another. I have received more than my fair share, and so this is a great opportunity to give back.
Yeah. Well, we're proud that you have honored us with being your first interview in the media as president and CEO of the United Way. So eat your heart out, Steve Hartland. Up at WCLE.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have it anywhere else.
There you go. I had to give Steve a hard time. He's a good friend. Well, as the new CEO, of course, everybody puts their own stamp on the job. And so let's talk about Matt Ryerson's vision for United Way moving forward.
Well, I always go back to where it started, and with Brenda Abel, she's laid an incredible foundation. I mean, she's given us a wonderful launching pad. But my experience is professionally in the nonprofit world really has been around collaboration, and the momentum that was built after the storm, and you talked about it, Michelle, is this whole spirit of collaboration and partnership that existed. I think the vision I have, the board of directors at the United Way has, and our team over there is to really continue that momentum, to create a real spirit of momentum, a real spirit of partnership, to bring everybody together, to set aside personal agendas, and really get a shared vision of what this community can be. It's already great, no doubt. There's no place I'd rather live, but we can make it better. And we can do that most effectively through partnership and collaboration. So I think one thing you'll see coming out of our office, which has probably always existed, but we'll try and strengthen and bolster, is really create a culture where collaboration is celebrated, and try and push that forward. So that will probably be my first mark, I guess, if there's some. And then otherwise, just really highlight the great work that so many wonderful organizations from the YMCA and Boys and Girls Club, Signal Centers, BRI, I mean the list goes on, almost 30 organizations that we partner with, and to expand that to so many great organizations here in this community, Habitat for Humanity, the Caring Place, a lot of organizations like that maybe we haven't traditionally partnered with, to reach out to them and find opportunities to be more successful, be more efficient at what we do best, which is serving these citizens of Bradley County.
How long has United Way been in Bradley County?
1938. We're actually sneaking up on our 75th year. Yeah, and in fact, I think 2013, 2014 will be our 75th year. We're going to celebrate that. We're really excited about the impact that we've had, and that'll be a big focus of that campaign is the celebration of 75 years. Now, that hasn't always been the United Way. It started off as Community Chest, and it had a couple other names, but there's always been a community organization that had a stable of organizations to support it and do the work. And you know, in 1979, I think it became the United Way. I might be off on that date, and I'm sure Alan Mincy is watching this and is yelling at the TV right now, saying, "That's not it."
He'll text you in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. But United Way, we adopted that name, and we've been that name for about 30-some years now.
So, but it's had its roots in the community at least coming up on 75.
Yeah, sneaking up on 75 years.
Yeah, boy, that's quite a milestone. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
exciting.
is. Beautiful offices down just off the square.
Yeah, the old Princess Theater for a lot of folks that have lived in town for a long time. The Princess Theater across from Johnson Park. We've renovated that and kept that building alive, which is always exciting to embrace the history of Bradley County.
Wow. Some of the agencies you mentioned, of course, the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, we could go on and on and on and on. We've got to take a break in a minute, but I wanted you to address what would some of these agencies do without United Way? Would they even exist?
You know, we have a strong, stable. A lot of them were a portion of their overall budget, and we support the services. We offer technical assistance. I think a lot of them would continue to exist and do good work, but I think we make them more effective.
They would struggle without the United Way.
Yeah, we give them resources. There are a number of organizations in our group within the United Way team that can't do their own fundraising. You think about organizations like the Hope Center, which deals with victims of sexual abuse. It's hard to have an exciting fundraising campaign based on a program like that, so they really rely heavily on the United Way. Other organizations like Boys and Girls Club, they have great support here locally, and I think what we do is we make their great work already, we contribute to that, and we try and support them in the good work they're already doing. So ultimately, I think we have a great impact, and I don't want to brag, but I think ultimately the entire community is better because we exist.
Yeah, and other organizations such as the Hiwassee chapter of the Red Cross. Great benefit to the Red Cross, the United Way.
Yeah, they were a pretty heavy portion of their budget, and of course they did wonderful work during the times after the storm, and to be able to say we contributed to that as well is quite an honor.
And I like what you said a while ago, Matt, about every dollar you give to the United Way of Bradley County, I'll get it right in a minute, stays in Bradley County.
That's right. It doesn't leave town.
It doesn't go to somewhere else, United Way.
That's right.
In New
we
York.
Actually have, you know, and I really try and promote this pretty heavy. It doesn't leave. In fact, we bank local. So the money literally stays in town, gets allocated in town, stays with Bradley County Services. So the truth is, you can feel good about your money. If you give us $1, there's $1 of services working right here in Bradley County.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I wanted to have you on as the new president and CEO.
Thanks, Dan.
Just always good to see you. Love you and your family. You have a beautiful family, by the way.
Thank you.
And lovely children, and appreciate all you do.
I do got to say one thing.
Okay.
Much like Troy, I'm expecting.
Well, how are you?
Well, not so much me.
Not so much you.
My wife.
Your wife.
We're expecting
Heather.
a child
Oh, congratulations.
So,
And that'll be
June. That'll be our third child.
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
third one.
wow.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thanks, Dan.
Matt Ryerson, the new president and CEO of Bradley County United Way. So there you go. Good to have you on the show.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me.
We'll be back in just a moment and talk to the movie guys. That'll be